So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
Good morning, Knicks universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Knicks Morning Brew on this Monday, February 26th. Like always, I'm your guy, Hector, hanging out with my compañeros this morning. I got my guy full all caps, and I got my guy, Mr. Celso Porto. And all you Knicks fans, wake up and get your coffee. Fellas, how we doing?
Yo, I feel like a hypocrite. We woke up late because yesterday was crazy. So I didn't run and I didn't grab no coffee. So wake up and grab whatever the hell you got. Celso grabbed the Monster to try to fuel himself for the rest of the day.
That's why Phil is very low on energy right now. Celso, I'm gonna throw it over to you. Make sure you unmute yourself. How you feeling this morning?
I'm not muted. Bro, I mean, come on. Monday morning, traveling or not, the show goes on. We are in the garden tonight. We got so much going on. I see people already coming in. Hector, you laughing. Let's start. What's the first comment? Go ahead.
Laughing. Blood of the Panther. Phil Mike wasn't muted. Let's go, baby. Go. Absolutely, blood.
It's a good start to a Monday morning, people.
Yeah. Speaking of a good start, you know, I'm excited because even though I haven't had my coffee, this weekend has been incredible already.
It definitely has.
I'm running on barely any sleep. I jumped on a plane, got to the airport at about 4:30 in the morning on Saturday, got off the plane, linked up with you guys and Brandon immediately, went down to the city, got some footage of people, you know, and their predictions for the game, set up at Blarney's, and then Blarney's was a movie. If you guys not know, we teamed up with our guy, Tony, Tony, the Thanos of New York, and we put on an event for the ages. Like, it seriously was incredible. It was a way to see the Twitter and Knicks community just come together, but not even just Twitter. We had people that we love and respect in the industry, such as, you know, diehard Eru. We had Ron, still Knicks fans. We had Jay Ellis come through. We had the Queen Steph come through. Monica Mcnutt freaking came through. Sisters and the Omni fans, they came through. So it was a beautiful event of people just supporting. And we did it with Tony because Tony's got the same view of this as we do. Like, we've told you all, we don't see you guys as viewers and subscribers. We want you guys to be our community. We want you guys to build a family with us. And that's what he does on Twitter. And so shout out to our guy, Tony. We're excited to have him and share everything that went down.
Yeah, and I know CT Pittman, bring that back up. I want to read CT Pittman's comment real quick. He said, yeah, us out-of-towners had major FOMO, fear of missing out this weekend. CT Pittman, don't worry, because this act, we will bring it on the road, whether it's this season, whether it's next season. Tony, he just started something, right? You don't want to start something when it comes to us. Tony put the bug in our back, and we got to take this to the next level. I'm so happy we teamed up with so many amazing people, specifically Tony this weekend. But like you said, Phil, shout out to the Omni fans. The lady, they were in the building. They was holding it down. Julio came through. Julito McClum came through. It was an awesome time. Deej came through. Julian Blum was there. We had a lot of the community members was there. Let's do a little bit of the roll call before we bring up Tony, right? We got our guy David Rios in the building. My guy David Rios, how you doing? Salute to you, my guy. On Dios NYK, salute to you, big fella. KQ Sean's in the building. My guy Q, salute to you. D Block 1755 is in the building. My guy D Block, and of course the top moderator, our guy Mr. Blood of the Panther Blood. Hopefully we'll be linking up with you later on today before we head down to MSG later on in the city. Who else we got in here? My guy Soulfinger12 is in the building. Jacob Petruzzi is in the building. Nah came through. Our friend Nah was in the building.
I'm about to
Nah,
say,
how you
I
doing?
love the
Go ahead,
fact.
South.
Yeah, I love the fact that Nah was in the building. If y'all in the chat remember on Friday's episode, the professor was allowing a student to watch us while we had Monica Mcnutt. She was able to come out and hang out at the party. The professor wasn't there though, so obviously we got to talk to Tone about doing another one, and we got to make sure the professor's there. We need the professor there.
We'll set up a faculty lounge for the teachers and stuff like that. But we got over 80 people in the building rocking with us right now. If you guys can, please smack that like button for your boys. And if you're watching us for the first time, hit the subscribe button, because we are at 3,697 on the subscribers, almost at 37. Our friend Ace is in the building. Ace Hopeball as well. Salute. Phil, I'm going to key it up. Throw it over to you. Celso, mute yourself. Introduce Tone. Play the video. Introduce Tone. However you want to do it, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is we got a lot of messages from people that wanted to be there. This is not the end. This is the start. Like me and Tony, we were texting right after the event, and I woke up to a text in the morning. He said, yo, you guys are my stepbrothers. You better tell Hector and Jigga that I'm family now, and we doing this again. And we are. So shout out to everybody that came, but this is just the start. And we're going to show some photos that show the hypeness of the event. But it does nothing compared to what the video is going to show. The video just shows everybody's reaction, everyone going crazy, Trippy being crazy. So shout out. Phone? Shout out to our guy, Tone. Tone, you good? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come through.
Yeah, let me pull it up right here.
Yep. Big Tone.
Good, my fan.
Thanos of the Knicks community. Big Tone.
What's up, man? Salute.
What up,
baby?
Tony. So before we do a recap of the video, this has been something you and I have been talking about for months. And I know that even before then, you and our guy Cousins, had the idea brewing even before that. Once we connected, it seemed like everything just started falling into place. Everything from Eric L. Beats coming out, and spinning, huge part of the community, Monica coming through. Like, what was your impression of the first event? Because anytime you do something like that, your biggest fear is like, I don't want this to fall on its face, but it did the opposite of that. So what was your feelings of the night?
It started, I went to a small watch party, just a few guys getting together. I know the vibes off of that and what was happening. So when I got the thought to do it early this season, I started putting little polls out and things like that. Where Cousins came in was Cousins asked me, hey, what's going on with that? Are you ever going to get this thing rolling? He reached out to a bar and got some numbers, and that kind of threw the final battery in my back. Like, yo, you know what? Season's, coming down to the last, 30, 32 games or what? We got to get on it. Once I started getting the vibes back from the community, yo, I'm going to be there. Yo, this shit could be cool, this, that. I said, yo, you know what? The only way to make it more legendary and epic was bring on that morning brew crew. So then I got with you dudes, and I mean, yo, you seen what happened, man. The energy in there was crazy. You still feel it. You feel it right now, sitting up here with you dudes and the people in the chat, the people viewing and watching, the people who are waiting patiently. And I appreciate all you who are gonna come up and talk on this open panel and give their thoughts on the event. We had Monica Mcnutt pull up. Yo, you guys interview her. You throw out the offer. Yo, extra salute to you guys for that, man. She comes through on her day off to pull up and do it with the Knicks fans and do it with us. Our first event, making it just a HOF event. That's it. It's a Hall of Fame thing. It's legendary. It's in the books. Mike Scotto pulled up. Big up to Mike Scotto. Hopefully we get both of them back because, like Phil said, this is the first of many. The next one, I'm already going to put it out there. We're not showing the exact date yet, obviously, because playoff schedule ain't here. But the first round of the playoffs, we will have another event, 100%. That's definitely going to go down. And then just to give you a glimpse at the future, there's a few areas around the nation that We got big communities, so we're already in talks with people in Florida. We might do an event down there at some point, which is going to be cool. Shout out to Trippy OG, who was also, he pulled up.
Yes.
He does a ton of stuff on all different platforms, and he wants to do a basketball game. So we're going to have a bunch of, 3-on-3 tourney of some sort, but we'll get into all that. As of right now, like you guys said, we're going to go over Saturday night. Forgive me. My time is all messed up.
I'm right there.
I know you guys too.
I'm right there with you, Toe. Right, I'm right there with you. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I was gonna say, I know we're gonna play the first little highlight reel from that night. Look, Tone, I gotta be honest, bro. Like, I'm so excited about how everything played out. But the entire time we're sitting here, I keep paying attention to the shadows behind me. I'm over here trying to make shadow puppets on the show. My ADHD kicked in so bad.
And the intrusive thoughts. That's what it was. I want to take a quick second, real quick. Shout out to Julian Blum in the chat. He said, yes, shout out to Monica grabbing my phone and fixing the angle. Julian, I thought that was hilarious because I'm right there with the light and everything. And Monica's like, give me the phone. Let me just do this. Shout out to you, Julian. It was great. It was great seeing you. Yeah. Now, Monica, I just want to say before we play the video, amazing person. You know, it goes beyond just Knicks fandom, anything like that. The way that Monica pulled up, the love, the support, she was amazing. She came through with the guy who does social media for MSG. Tone, has it hit you yet, my guy? You was on the Titantron, the Jumbotron, and the Garden, bro, on the MSG network, bro. Has that hit you yet?
Nah, it's epic. I'm just jumping into all this content creation stuff, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for you guys and everybody else in the community who helps me along with it. But yeah, I mean, just my first time going out there teaming up. I get to team up with you guys, right? Yes. Which is epic already, legendary. And then what we about to see in some of the clip we about to run. So
shout out to Blarney's too. First of all, the manager Alfredo. Shout out to Barney's. Shout out to Fredo. Amazing people, amazing staff. If you guys are in the city, even if it's not even a Knicks event, go to Blarney's because they do have amazing wings. They do have dope fries. Go check that spot out. Like I said, shout out to Fredo. Go ahead, Phil. I'll throw it over to you. So mute yourself.
I'm about to play the video, but I do want to give 2 shout outs. People you guys have mentioned, but for something different. So with Monica, you got to give her props because she could have easily came in, sent us a text that she was willing to come out, do the whole like celebrity, wave, and then kind of peace out, but that's not what she did. She hung out with everybody for about 3/4 of basketball, like just hanging out with everybody, taking photos, chopping it up. You see photos you'll see in this reel of Trippy, and he even said it himself. He's probably saying some crazy off the wall stuff, like based off of Monica's reaction in the photo. But at the end of the day, she was just there with the community, with her people, and that's what I love. And then shout out to Alfredo because we went from getting there early, trying to scout everything out. And I was like, yo, we are going to annoy the piss out of this guy. But by the end of the night, that was like our guy, like Alfredo traded, being like, yo, you guys need anything, we here for you, so that became extended family right there at Blarney. So shout out to Alfredo. So we're going to play this highlight video of just the photos throughout the night because everyone's kind of seen photos in the collection if they were there. But if you weren't there, I want you to see the vibes and I want you to be able to see all the photos back to back to back so that you see how the night progressed. So here's the video.
Check 1 2. New York over everything. Let's go Knicks. Yo, check it. There's a stark difference. See, I come from these streets when it's checkout time. I'm bagging anyone who wants me. Racks and richer stories, so I have to take advantage. Hold it down for those around me. Like 23, I'm a savage. You average, I ravage. And if my team is trailing, you can call me Mr. Clutch. My rhyme skills resemble Jalen. Small bully ball, my execution is timely. Like Burks, I move on and leave the losing team behind me. Now my style's a lot more polished, and I strive not to be reckless. Rings always on my mind, I fight for it, my precious. Battle tested like Bogdanovich. My skill set's a conglomerate. armor it. A legacy of grit, the opposition has to honor it. The heart in number 3, here's a L, you can wear it. You hate when I speak facts, some couldn't bear it. Start slow to speed it up, attack from every angle. Beats on the strangle, count me out, I'll rise like Randle. Rough around the edges, yeah, I'm far from perfection. Put me to the test, I guarantee you'll face rejection. I heart, I soul, I am not one to downplay. I can do it all, the versatility of Dante. So doubt me all you want, that's fine, it's how you feel. But don't be surprised when you make my highlight real. I'm real stubborn in my views of hip-hop. I'm like Tibbs, cause old school beats and rhymes is where I'll always live. Face my bets on my vets, security in an OG. The only ones who test me are the ones who do not know me. So homie, try to hold me and get outlined in chalk. Like McBride, you are not built for these miles that I've walked. Keep the talk on lock so that I don't have to check ya. And if you need to find me, you can find me at the Mecca. You can find me at the Mecca. Yeah, blue and orange everything.
Ooh.
Yo, so we had everybody out there. Everybody out there.
Legendary.
Yo, shout out to State. State was like Santa from Harlem. He came with bags of goodies for everybody. He came up to me, goes, "Yo, my guy Phil, I knew you was gonna be here, so I had to bring you that media. You know, and brought me this dope hoodie right here." So shout out to our guy State gifting everybody.
The facts you said, Santa from Harlem, I'm crying right now, right?
Yeah, bro.
And not even just from that joke. You know, I was trying to hold the tears in, but I just wanted to say, man, this weekend, you know, and I put this on my Instagram story back in 2019 when I worked as an EMT. You know, shout out to all the first responders. I was working in the South Bronx. In 2019, I was listening to Jay Ellis and CP the franchise talking Knicks basketball. I was watching videos of the Knicks Omni fans of the Twins and stuff like that. So in 2024, to say that we were able to put an event and they came through and they showed love, to me, I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to figure out if this shit is real or not. Pinch me, bro. Honestly, because this weekend was epic. And Phil, those photos was dope. I think my favorite photo out of everything was the photo of Eddie on FaceTime, because Eddie on FaceTime we had Eddie on FaceTime going through the entire bar, and everybody once they grabbed the phone. Once they grabbed the phone, the first thing they said to Eddie was, "You motherfucker!" Everyone who grabbed the phone. Go ahead, son.
Yeah, I wanted to call Eddie on FaceTime, make sure everybody got to say what's up, you know, because Eddie was originally trying to come out for the weekend. But I thought the same thing. Heck, it was funny. Like every single person that sees him either yells, "The Whites, you asshole," or "Look, it's Bill Burr." That's all you got the entire time people saw Eddie. But man, Phil, great job with the pictures, bro. It came out so great. I don't think the other thing too is there's so much more to come out that Phil's working on, highlight reels that he's working on with Tone, so we can get those out. And Phil, you know, I also want to say I love the fact that you put the link out yesterday for the whole community and just said, "Yo, we're not trying to make money off these pictures. This is for the community. Like, go get yours. Just do the right thing and tag Phil, tag the Brew, tag Tony, so we can get that timeline to see the pictures." But to be able, I know, you know, it's been all kumbaya vibes, which, by the way, if I was home during that game and we didn't have that watch along, I would have been angry as shit about that loss. I'm just saying. So the fact that we had that kumbaya shit going on, because let me tell you, we lose to a Pistons team tonight, we're going to have some words, Tone. You and I going out tonight just to bitch and complain and drink.
This is true.
All I'm going to say is, next time we face the Boston Celtics and we got all of our guys healthy out there on the court, to you Celtic fans that were talking all that hot mess outside the Garden Saturday night, all I'm going to tell you is keep that same energy. My mother always told me, if you're going to talk shit, make sure you're able to take shit when shit is being talked to you. So like I said, keep that same energy next time we match up.
And you know what, Phil, hold on. Real quick, what I'm going to say, too, is while we're on the, sharing a lot of the good news stuff, I'm going to make a quick little announcement. And then, guys, I dropped the open panel link. If you were at the event, come up. Let us know how it was for you, right? We all know that every single person is the main character in their own life. So we want to hear your point of view of how it was for you at the event, what you thought about everything. But, guys, little content update. This Friday, we got a Ready? Charlie Ward is in the building on the Knicks Morning Brew this Friday, 11 a.m. You know we're going big. And then tonight we've got a group, about 20 of us, all rocking out, going out to the Garden. I'm super excited about that. I'm going to mute myself, Phil. Go ahead and let them know you dropped that link.
Yeah, so Kev, anyone else that was there, I dropped that link. I'm actually going to post it as a reel like we just played on Instagram later so that everybody can, be able to share it and see what's going on. Because even if you don't live in the area, even if you weren't there, like we said, we want to be able to partner with people and do these kind of things everywhere, So we want this reel to get out there so people can see this is what the community is about, is getting together. And we were talking about it backstage. This was a night where you were able to see like people that may have had, times of butting heads on Nick's social media and stuff like that, be able to kind of just be like, yo, I know this person now. Like we actually connected in a physical sense. We had nothing but laughs. It was nothing but good vibes. Like maybe we need to chill out with this going at each other business, And so that's what community can do. So shout out to everyone that came out. And the one thing I'll say is that photo was perfect because, like you said, with Eddie there and that game, as bad as it was in that second half, I was cracking up because we were on the phone with him and I grabbed the phone. I said, Eddie, what happened to the wife? Because in that game. So, Eddie,
that's hilarious.
Like, fix what's going on. But yeah, I know we got some people backstage. So let's start by bringing the first one up. If he's available, Trippy, can you turn on your mic? Turn on your camera. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
I'm gonna hold on. I just want to highlight one. Shout out my guy Trippy. Savage NYC in the chat says, he said, "Can you ask Charlie Ward if CWC is really his cousin?" Savage, that was the first thing I thought of when Celso said that we booked Charlie Ward. You guys don't know, there's a guy, a part of Freezy's community named Charlie Ward's cousin, and for years we've been trying to figure out if that is really Charlie Ward's cousin. But Trippy, OG, you're here. Shout out to our guy Trippy. Trippy, how you feeling, big fella?
Trippy, before you answer him, bro, I was gonna say something. I feel like we should take that picture with you and Monica. We need to do one of those, title this, caption this. Let's see what people come up with, man. Because I started joking with Phil last night. I was like, I can picture Trippy. He was like, so what do you know about this Twitch stuff, Monica? He was, oh, you're muted. You muted, Trippy.
Go ahead, Trip. You're muted. Oh, you may have to refresh and jump back in. Yeah, refresh and come back. Sorry about that. Let me highlight some of the chat real quick. Oh, man. The Art Man, formerly known as Steve, with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Steve, for helping us keep the lights on. Morning, fellas. The NBA is not ready for a healthy Knicks team. We're in games while missing 40-plus points in a starting lineup. Coaching mistakes in the third quarter cost us. Watch when we are healthy, Steve. That's why I said hopefully the Celtic fans keep that same energy when we match up. Trippy the OG. Oh, go ahead, Trippy.
Hey.
What up? Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. You good, brother.
Eddie is in the building, man.
What up, Trip? I didn't know I was gonna get put on this quick, but
I'm glad you wasn't digging up your nose. Go ahead, Trippy.
Word, right? The whole event was a movie, right? So I break down my point of view. I come in there, I'm like, I'm getting there like 6:30. Boom. They already got the whole thing set up. I'm like, well, didn't need my help. Well, I'm here. So I get there, I'm chilling or whatever. I'm getting a few drinks. I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on. You see Tony pull up. You just start seeing waves of fans pulling up. Like literally, like it's like literally you at school, you see the door, and then you just see all the popular kids coming in. You see everybody you done talked to for months on Twitter walking in one by one. Like, I know that face, I know that voice, I know who that is. So we like, all right. Then after that, y'all start y'all show. Everybody's doing their thing. I'm still mingling with everybody. Y'all know me. I was everywhere. I'm everywhere. All of a sudden, they're like, yo, Trippy, it's your turn to come talk. I'm like, all right. I look to the right. I see the Knicks Army fangirls. I'm like, nah, they got to skip me. I bring them right to the chair, sit them down. Not even 2 seconds later, all you hear is, Monica, Mom. I'm like, wait, what the hell? I'm like, where's she at? Because I know she taller than me. I can't see her. That's how, they swarmed her, rushed her. I'm talking about like ant farm. After that, I see her. Then I'm looking. I'm like, wait. They doing a show right now, so I'm like this. Excuse me, bump through the crowd. Excuse me. Hey, Miss Monica. Hey, morning, Brew. The people that invited you out, they doing a show. Let's sit you down real quick. Sat her down, let her skip me. everything was just a vibe, bro. Everything was a vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it was a point in time, during halftime, I went on the Twitch. That's where you see the pictures where we outside having wild fun. That was lit. Make sure y'all go tune into that. There's actually the most funny part of the day is I called Uncut. Shout outs to Uncle Uncut. I called him FaceTime like I did with Eddie, right? So I'm standing next to Monica. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to let you talk to somebody. So I passed her the phone and say, look, I got somebody that wants to talk to you. And this right here was like, yo, Monica, you are real. She didn't hesitate, didn't do nothing, just grabbed the phone and instantly was just talking to him like it was nothing. Mind you, I left her, went to go do something else and left her with my phone, came back and was like, oh, yeah, thank you. And like, yo, beautiful night. Beautiful night. Shout out for setting this up.
Nah, she's a real one, Trippy. Appreciate you. First time IRL. I just got to point out something for the chat real quick. Shout out to Jackson Harwood for the $4.99 super chat. And this really means a lot. This is what Jackson said. Coming from a Suns fan, the Knicks are a force, and I wish y'all the best. Continue to grow the community. I respect the grind. Jackson, we respect you over here for that comment. Appreciate you. Just know, yes, we are a Knicks channel. Yes, we are Knicks fans. But when it comes to the open panel, we invite anyone up to join the conversation. Even though you're a Suns fan, if you want to come up and join the convo, you're more than welcome to come up and join the convo. Appreciate you for those words and for that $4.99. Phil, I throw it over to you, brother, before we get Eddie and Tony back in on the convo. Go ahead.
So my favorite Trippy moment of the night, all right, is, if you follow Trippy, he's posted some videos of him back in the day, in his little youth days, dancing in the subways. And I've always loved those videos because it just shows Trippy's personality. Out of nowhere, we're there, Eric L spinning. Everyone's just chit-chatting in a group, in a big old circle, and all of a sudden, Trippy just starts breaking it down for everybody. So when that video comes down, you will see Trippy just got hit with the Soul Train.
You see, Trippy don't even
on video.
He don't even remember what happened in that video. He's like, wait, I was dancing.
Nobody caught the footage.
Oh, yeah. I got the whole thing on video. So when I put out that, full-on video that me and Tony are putting out, it's going to be there. It's definitely going to be in there for sure. So that was my highlight Trippy moment.
I'm going to throw it over to Tone. Tone, you're muted right now, brother. You just got to unmute yourself, my guy. Go ahead.
I got it. I'm over here talking shit and everything. I got one of my mans.
Good.
Yeah. What we on? Trip, you was there. Trip was like, I'm pulling up early. I'm like, yeah, right. He's probably gonna come at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, or something like that. He was there before me, already eating, getting that out of the way, getting ready for the event. So big up to you. Trippy does a million things. He got the Twitch thing going. He does a million things on YouTube, Twitter. So always great having you come out. Appreciate your wifey coming through too. It was a beautiful thing. I wanted to just, put one thing out there as far as Monica Mcnutt. We did the whole event. She shows up. She stayed for like the whole thing. She said hello to everybody. She took a picture with everybody. Didn't make a thing of it. Had a smile on the entire time. I went over to her last just to get a picture on my phone because Phil already got me with a professional shot with her in the beginning. I give her my phone, and like Heck said, she give me the phone and straightening it out, makes a joke of that. Anyway, as the night goes on, she goes to leave. This woman, God bless her, she comes across the whole bar and finds me and tells me that she's leaving, says thank you. Like you would think, celebrity like her status and everything. She could put an Irish dip. Nobody's going to think a thing about it. I know I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So just excellent people. Goated definitely by us Knicks fans. If you watch this or when you watch this, salute, and we hope to have you at the next one.
And I just want to take a quick pause real quick. We got over 100 people in the building. If you're watching this on Twitter or X or whatever they call it nowadays, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on Instagram, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube, join us on a conversation. We are sitting at 3,698 subscribers on our way to 4K. Help us get to 4K. But I'm gonna try to pull up the video from. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to our guy because there's a few people that hit us up saying that they were going to be there or we saw it on social media. I was crazy shocked and super thankful when our guy Shaw Powers from Knicks Real Talk came out. It was so good to see the OG out there, to see him come out and just be part of the event and be part of the community. That meant a lot. So shout out to Shaw Powers for coming out. But we're doing something called Fans on the Street, where we're trying to actually connect with people on the streets and figure out how they feel about this New York Knicks team. So we did a few of that while we were waiting for, our time to set up at Blarney's. So we're going to do that. And then Ebony, we will post right now the invite link. We posted it on Twitter, but I'll post it right here in the chat. But this is the first Fans on the Street video that we did. And this is our guy, Hector, actually talking to two people that we connected that actually work at Madison Square Garden. Really, really nice guys. So here we go.
Next Morning Brew family, it is your guy Hector. Yet again, checking in from Madison Square Garden. We are out here. Next Morning Brew. I got Phil behind the camera. Celso is down the block acting like a hooligan. And I'm about to go meet up with different Knicks fans. So let's go ask some questions. Let's go. And I got my guys here. I'm going to throw it over to them. Where are you guys from and how you doing?
I'm James from the Bronx.
Copy.
Melo from Brooklyn.
All right, and now we out here outside of Madison Square Garden. I see you got the drip, my guy. Let the people know how much of a Knicks fan you are and how deep this goes.
Oh, we're going strong this year. Look like we're going to give them a good run for their money in this playoff race.
Copy. Jared?
I'm a diehard Knicks fan, man. I started with Melo. I'm not like a older timer, but this year we've taken it all the way, man. Eastern Conference Finals.
What's the energy for tonight? Because I know you fellas are in the Garden all the time doing your thing, but what do you think tonight's going to be after smacking the 76ers the last game coming out of the All-Star break?
It's going to be a tough one.
It's looking like a playoff energy tonight. We missing Julius, we missing OG, we missing a couple guys, but I think we'll give them a run tonight.
Now,
Donovan is playing well.
We got good bench work, good depth.
Now, you brought up Julius' name. Our guy was injured. Iron Man number 30 put us on his back when it comes to Julius Randle. What's your expectations for Randle for the rest of the year, my guys? And be honest, we all Knicks fans. We could be optimistic, but how do you feel honestly when it comes to Randle?
Because he put in the work every time he on the floor. But what I want to see is when he come in, a smooth transition. Everything is flowing well. We're going to need him just as much as he needs, them. It's equal. So as long as he
give and take.
Yeah, as long as he balling,
give and take.
He putting up them 28 15s, we good.
He got to get adjusted to what's going on right now. He got to be more of a team player and pass that ball around and see more consistent shots.
Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to Julius Randle, he got a lot of heat from Knicks fans in the playoffs last year. But this is a different year. This is a different season, and this is a different team because having Jalen Brunson balling, having Dante Big Ragu balling, and of course, we got the Eastern European assassin, our guy Boji, right? Boji is killing it. Hartenstein is killing it. This is a different year, different team. When it comes to Julius Randle, expectations for the postseason. What do you think, my guy?
I think it's going to be his best postseason. The first year, it wasn't, it was his first time leading the team in the playoffs. And then the second year he was in the playoffs, he got hurt. He came in off the ankle injury. So this is going to be his best postseason.
Yeah, and definitely give props to that V3 because with Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson leading this team right now through injuries and just playing consistently, you got to give props and give credit when it's due. So that big V3, Ragu,
yes, sir.
Hart, and Brunson, yeah.
Like I said, this is a new season. This is a different year. This is a different feeling when it comes to the city. 2024 New York Knicks. Let's go, baby.
It was reckless.
That's that new Fans on the Street logo.
That video was fire. That video was fire. The quality was dope and stuff like that. And again, shout out to to the people that stopped and had those conversations. The two fellas that we spoke to, they're security guards that work in the Garden, and this is coming from people that actually are in the Garden talking to fans on an everyday basis, and it was awesome, right? Shout out to the chat. Savage said we need to get a regulation mic with a Morning Brew spot. Oh no, Savage, we working on that, bro. We working on that, bro, as well. Eddie, I'm gonna throw it over to you, bro, because you weren't at the event, IRL, you weren't there, but you was there via FaceTime. Yes. But the game against the Celtics. Let's talk about the game real quick before we get dive into the next Man on the Streets interview. So Eddie, throw it over to you for reflections on the game from Saturday.
It's a game I want to forget. I don't want to
Hey,
think
I
about
got
the
Jerry
game.
in the building.
Yeah, what up, Jerry? The game was I mean, the Celtics destroyed us through 3 quarters. They shot 71% through up until the fourth quarter. So they basically killed us. We had no chance. They hit nine 3-pointers in the third quarter. That was pretty much, that put us in the grave. We tried in the fourth quarter. We held them to 30% from the field, but the bottom line is at the end of the day, we couldn't keep up with them. And we had nobody. It was just we had Brunson and then nobody else. That was it. So listen, it is what it is. You toss it up. It's a game where we got to get this team healthy. That's it, man. That's the only way we have a chance against Boston is if we have a healthy team, man. And even then, how close are we to Boston? Even if everybody's healthy, how close are we? That's what I want to know.
Even though we lost, and I'll throw it around to Phil and Tony to get that take. Even though we lost against the Celtics, Eddie, let me know if I'm off base with this. I still felt that it was a good litmus test to see where we're at. Even though we lost, we still hung in there for 3 out of those 4 quarters. The third quarter, not that much, but the first 2 quarters, that fourth quarter, you could throw it up because it was garbage minutes. But those first 2 quarters showed that, hey, we can hang with these guys. If we have OG Anunoby, maybe Jason Tatum, he misses 6 to 10 different points coming off of his stats, right? Maybe if we have Mitchell Robinson coming off of the bench, maybe the bench shooting moves a lot better when it comes to defense, right? With Julius Randle there, maybe Jalen Brunson is free to operate from that 3-point line when he don't have double teams or triple teams headed his way. So I agree with you when it comes to that, right? Horrible loss. You want to get rid of it. You want to take it out your mind and just toss it to the curve, short-term memory. But like I said, I still think it was a good litmus test, even though we lost. Phil, I throw it over to you. And folks in the chat, 100 people in the building, smack those likes. We are at 42 likes at the moment. So let's run it up. Let's run those likes to 100. Phil, I throw it over to you to get your take on what I just said. And let's throw it over to Tony to get him on the conversation.
Yeah, for me, I don't really think it was that big of a dumpster fire, that we see, Eddie's view on. And the reason I don't feel that way,
James, this is the homie James. James, we just played the video, brother. If you just rewind our live stream to like the 30-minute mark, we played the video from you and Melo when we was interviewing you, my guy. But salute to you, bro. Appreciate you being in the chat. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, so I don't really feel exactly the same way as Eddie does. Yes, it was a discouraging loss.
You had the watch party.
No. That's why
you guys are all having a good time. That's
exactly why the
fourth
quarter.
Eddie, I'm sorry. I apologize that Phil's the middle of Phil's sentence interrupted the beginning of your sentence. Go ahead, Phil. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Eddie, if this was one of yours and King Deja's spaces, you would have just gotten muted. So I'm gonna have you mute yourself. All right. So anyway, what happened was, yes, the fourth quarter was a lot easier to deal with because we were at the watch party. However, up until the middle point of the third quarter, we were still in that game. And what you have to realize is this is a fully healthy Boston team that has a better wins, like a better record than anybody in the NBA. Yeah, and like my guy Nelson's saying. So any team in the NBA is, I think, at least 5 games behind the Boston Celtics. So they are the best team in the league right now. And without OG, without Randle, and if you want to count Mitch, even though he's been gone for a long time, and without Mitch, we still lost by that amount of points. I think it was like 14 points. So at the end of the day, I'm not jumping out the window of frustration because I truly believe that if our team was healthy, that would have gone to the wire. No doubt about it. No doubt about it that it would have gone down to the wire because you look, we have a lot of guys who are not scoring guys that have to put on scoring hats right now. Like Josh Hart is not a scorer, yet he's in our starting lineup. So you have to realize that these players, when they go back into their like designated role, we talk about that all the time. When you play a role that's not the role that you're supposed to play, it's going to cause an issue. So you move those guys back into the bench unit, and all of a sudden, it's a completely different game. So for me, I'm actually happy that we did not see Boston fully healthy because come playoff time, God willing, we are fully healthy. And that'll be the first time the Boston Celtics actually play us at full health. because they haven't played us at full health all season, and yet we've competed with them. So come playoff time, they're going to see us for the first time with an OG, God willing, and Randle lineup, and possibly a Mitch off the bench lineup. And it's going to be a completely different New York Knicks team than they've experienced all season. And they have no tape on us. They've never played us. They can't see how to make improvements. So that, to me, is actually a win on our end. So, yes, it sucked to lose, but I have to see the silver lining at the fact that they played a decrepit New York team and only won by 14.
And we all took science class, right? And one thing we learned from science class, and shout out to the Magic School Bus because they had an episode on this, pressure makes diamonds. And the dog days of February, when we're missing 3 key pieces from our roster, the pressure that Dante feels, the pressure that Precious feel, the pressure that all of our role players feel right now, it's just getting them prepared for the postseason. This is how you get diamonds out of those gems that was tossed to the side. Look at the way our roster is constructed. It's constructed around players that were tossed aside by other organizations. Jalen Brunson, you heard the story how the Dallas Mavericks toyed around with him and didn't give him that contract extensions. Julius Randle, top draft pick, broke his leg with the Lakers. They let him walk, go to the Pelicans. We picked him up on the scrap heap. Dante DiVincenzo came here to join his friend when he came from 2 organizations that just were competing for a championship, and the Milwaukee Bucks and the Golden State Warriors. This team is built not around the quote-unquote superstar. It's built around dogs that show up and support each other. And that's why I think this team is special. Regardless of what Eddie says.
I heart too. The Clippers let him go.
Yeah, I heart as well. Tone, I want to throw it over to you to get you in on the take as well. So I see you got something queued up backstage, and I see we got Ebony ready to rock out.
I'm going to throw it over to Tone. Real quick, shout out. I saw Allentown's favorite in the chat, Savage NYC, APAP. Mez is in the building. King D showing up in the building, double A. Appreciate it.
Therapy is full.
Ebony backstage. I'm going to pop off so Ebony come up and talk with you guys. But, I got to do the dot connecting. Guys, after the show today, I got to share it. Phil and Hector, our boys with Dexter Henry. Hey. It releases right after the show, guys, around 12 o'clock, 12:30. It's dropping today. You guys will be able to catch Got Game with Phil, Heck, and Dexter Henry. I'm going to take my ugly face off. Bye.
Ebony! All right,
so
I'm so excited.
You want me to roll my take, or you want to go to Ed? What we doing?
No, we're gonna let you roll your take, and then we'll throw it over to Ed. But Phil, go ahead, Phil, cue it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to applaud Ebony, all right, because there are very few people that make an impact as quickly as she has on the Knicks community. Like, there are so many people that are like, yo, I may have not gotten a photo with Monica Mcnutt last night, but I got a photo with the queen of, Nick of Time, or the queen of Nick's Twitter. So Ebony had a huge impact on people as well. People were just as ecstatic to meet her as many others. And it was just beautiful to see her have that moment where she got to meet Monica. So we're going to go to you and talk about the after party after Tone gives his idea of the game, because then I want you to do both. Like, talk about both your experience there and then kind of how you felt about the game as well.
Go ahead, Tone.
I'll keep it short and sweet so we can get over to Ab, Miss Henny Ginger. So as far, Phil, you said what I feel, a bunch of my thunder, basically. I see people in the chat saying the same thing. Good thing these guys have no film on us. We almost have no film on us. We haven't been healthy. We got OG, short stint with him. Then we get the 2 new guys. Randall's already out. So iHeart was banged up, this and that. So we don't even really have too much film on us. I don't think Boston is that much better than us. I really don't. Fully healthy. I think we actually have a good shot versus him. I think OG can end up taking up or giving a hard time to Tatum. We've seen him struggle in a few series now in his playoff years, So OG against him, that's tough. Now you use the rest of the team to trap and team defend Jaylen Brown. He's one-handed. I really think that can bother him. We've seen him choke just last year in the playoffs in that final round that they were in. and they got bounced because of it. And then at that point, you're leaving it up to Porzingis and Drew and Co. And I don't really like their Co anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it's homerish of me, but I give us a good go. We went over there partying. It made the loss a hell of a lot easier because it was a legendary night. So you're right on that, Eddie. But we were watching, we were complaining, we were cheering, you know. So that's really it. That's my take. They hand it over to the queen.
Yeah. Ebony, she heard Mitchell Robinson get brought up 3 times, so she had to pop up and just put everything to bed. Ebony, the queen, how are you feeling? It was awesome seeing you IRL. Great time. What's your thoughts?
I had fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Yes, the Henny and Gingers, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate it. I had to recover yesterday. I went to mentality space yesterday and fell asleep in it. I did. I missed KOT's post game yesterday, so I had another day of recovery. I needed it. The Suns and everybody, the Sun and the Mister, they had to go on an adventure without me yesterday. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I need a little bit more sleep today. But I had a great time. I did. It was my honor to meet everybody in person. I thought I had more pictures in my phone, but I guess we were too busy chopping it up. So definitely enjoyed myself, and I can't wait for the next one. And y'all definitely made my night meeting the queen of MSG, for real.
I think that was perfect. And I told you the story because the night before we had Monica Mcnutt. Everybody, you guys, had that moment when Phil shared Ebony's thoughts. But the night before, I was like, yo, it would be dope if we had Ebony come up at the end and, have her a little time with Monica. And the next day, Phil easily just queued it up perfectly. I'm over here getting choked up. Tears is pouring down my face. It was a good time, good vibes. Like you said, the queen of MSG, she literally deserves the keys to the city, in my opinion. Eddie, though, matter of fact, hold on one sec. I think something was queued up backstage. Sorry about that. But Ebony, though, about the game, let's get back and let's talk about the game. Reflection, Celtics versus the Knicks. You heard Tone talking about how he feels when this team is fully healthy. What's your thoughts? Because like before you jumped up here, I'm not sure if you heard, I felt for the first 2 quarters, we were right there competing with them, so that right there was a good litmus test to see when our guys get back healthy, we could rock with the best of them, like Tone said. What's your thoughts, Ebs?
Yeah, I think so. It's just the whole thing with the Knicks right now is just controlling what we can control, like just staying in front of our man, like we can control that, being disciplined, things of that nature, and just try to hold down fort until we can get there. Like you mentioned, the first 2 quarters we were right there. It wasn't pretty, but we were still in the game. We're still struggling along. But then we had no resistance. What they shoot 71%. Like there was no resistance, no defensive resistance, and that's a difference between what we were doing before and kind of what we're struggling to do now. We were winning ugly games just because of our able to do other things like getting defensive stops and then putting it into transition instead of having solely depend on our half court sets. You see, Brunson was doing what he could. You understand? Yeah. It's just a matter of getting others involved and keeping the other team in front of us. Our defense wasn't the best against the Clippers last game. So just that we can control that, getting better in our defensive rotations and gelling on that end. I think we're going to be okay. As we get our players back again. We're still learning how to play with Bogey and Alec Burke again because he's still in Detroit. Y'all can't tell me nothing. That's Detroit Burke. He's gonna be Detroit Burke until he come join us in New York.
Shout out to Chris. Chris Ed in the chat said, learned about Tony over the weekend. He looks like all of my cousins, so we family. LOL. All love, y'all. Appreciate you, Chris. Gotta throw love to the Paizones that's in the chat. My guy Phil, I know you got queued up the next man on the streets interview that we're gonna do with the fans, folks. Watch the video, hit the like button. Go ahead, Philip.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the next fans on the street. And what I like about it is that a lot of these fans that we interviewed on the streets, it's like a different era for the Knicks. Like if I would have went, even last year or years before and been like, yo, what do you guys think our chances of beating the Celtics are? A lot of people wouldn't have been as confident as they were as what we interviewed last night. So it seemed like a lot of people are really starting to have faith in this team a lot more than we have in the years past. So we're going to play this, but I want to call out everybody that I see in the chat that I know was at that event. All right. King D's just pulled up backstage, but I see my guy Therapy in Sports. Your butt needs to pull up. All right. We need to hear from you. One of the youngest out there representing. I see my guy Kev is in here. Kev, you need to come on up.
Shout out to Kev. Yeah,
Shout
it was
out to
great
Kev.
running into Kev. Yeah, it was great running into Kev, chopping it up with Kev.
Champ, anybody that was there, you need to come on up. You need to come up. You need to spit your spit.
You got Mez.
Nah was there. Mez was there. So anybody that was there, we want you to come over to the YouTube link. I'm reposting the open panel link. So after this, I need to see more of you guys in here. So this is Jigga getting a interview right before the game.
Knicks Morning Brew outside the Garden. It's your boy Jigga, a.k.a. Celso, and I'm here with some fellow Knicks fans. How you doing? Guys, let's start off with you. What's your name, my guy?
Sean.
Mark. Sean and Mark are here. All right, guys, we don't do trivia. We don't do anything crazy like that. We do simple stuff, right? Like, number one, favorite Knicks basketball player all time.
Melo.
We got a Melo. Yeah. How about you?
Melo.
Oh, we got the double Melo in the building. All right. Next question. Favorite Knick right now? Hey, look at it, people. It's the number 11. You know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I mean, in that case, we got to rep the Brunson. What do you guys think? We good? Yeah. All right, next question. The Celtics have everybody available tonight, including KP. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Can we smack them around tonight, or do you guys see this one being tough?
No doubt. We're going to smack them.
Smack them?
Brunson put up 45 tonight.
Brunson 45, he said it with his chest, people. How you doing?
Those predictions didn't age very well, but it was still solid takes, right? Shout out to the Knicks fans that stopped and talked to us, because there was some people, I think it was me, nobody wanted to stop and talk with me. People was talking with Celso, but for some reason they didn't want to talk to me. I don't know why. Maybe I look stupid with my face. I don't know what it is. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. CP the artist says, I can't wait for Knicks Southeast meetup. ATL, let's do it. Absolutely, CP. Salute to you, my guy. AP is in the building as well. Eddie, I'm throwing over to you, my guy. Because, you know, there's been some. I know we got Deej backstage real quick. Eddie, just hold on 1 second. My fault. Go ahead, Phil, because I don't want to hold Ebony here all day.
Yeah, Ebony, do me a favor. Let people know where they can find you, because, you know, you are in these after game spaces when Tony doesn't fuel you up with a whole bunch of, you know, deliciousness. And so you will most likely be on tonight now that you are sober and alert and feeling all chipper. So where can anyone who's watching right now follow and support you?
You could catch me every pregame on Twitter at Your Take Knicks with Brutus and Smitty. You can also catch me on Nick of Time show every post game after, you know, every Knick game on YouTube. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at Mad Knick Fan, and in these Twitter streets.
Eb, appreciate you.
It was good meeting you guys. Again, it's always love.
You and Brutus put on such a good space consistently week after week. And to be able to see you and Brutus, and we were talking about it the other day. Holy crap. We did not know that Brutus was that big. Like Papa Brutus is
that's Papa. That's Pop right there.
Oh my goodness. Like I wanted to take a picture with Brutus. Yeah, I wanted to take a picture with a Brutus, but I'd be up to like his belly button. So I decided not to do that because it just did not look good. So shout out to you. Shout out to us. We appreciate you both.
Yeah, Ebony.
Him and Ron are very tall. And Tony too. Tony,
you know what's cool? Ron was like, Hector, you're a lot taller than I thought. I ain't think I gave short person vibes on screen. You know, I'm just so you guys know, I'm 6 feet on my driver's license, right? I'm the tallest out of the crew, okay? I am not tiny. I'm almost like Tone. I'm not at Tone's height. Tone be towering over people. I'm not like Tone. I wish, but I'm not. Maybe if I have my steel toe boots from my OSHA boots, I'll be his height.
Heck, at one point, Eb turns to me. She's like, damn, Tony, you tall as hell.
You know what's crazy? It's like one of those movies or like cartoons where the person's tall, but then like their voice, they start talking and they just get taller and taller in that cartoon. That's Tony. Like he's huge, but then you start conversing with him and it's like, how the hell is he doing that? How is he getting taller and more scary? That's insane.
He's fucking jacked too. He's gigantic.
I know. That's why when he texted me and said, "I'm now your guy's stepbrother," I was like, "Hell yeah, and my security." What you know about it? Like,
first of all, I told Phil, I was like, you can't say no, because if not, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. What are we doing? Tone said we his family. That's it. It's over. Zip nada. I just want to shout out to some people in the building. Appreciate you, Ebony. Definitely got to link up again, just to let everybody know. Morning Brew Sports KOT. We will be doing some stuff down the line, so make sure you guys hit the notification button on both channels so you can see it. Ebony the Queen.
Definitely.
Go ahead, Tone.
And of course, Ari.
One last thing. I'm sorry. Ebony, the Mad Knicks fan, she's the one who did the flyer for the event. So blessings.
Yes.
Thank you so much. She'll be making another one real soon. Thank you. You didn't even know that, but I'm telling you. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Nah, anytime, Tony, it's all love for real.
And Mitch better be able to stop KP in the playoffs. So I'm just gonna hold you.
I didn't do such a good job now, did he?
Mitch better be able to stop him, Ebony. That's all I'm saying.
What happened to the whites? What happened to the whites?
That white boy can shoot. That KP.
It's still Black History Month.
Yeah, Eddie, come on, stop. Come on, stop.
I didn't even bring it up. Phil brought it up. It wasn't me.
I know
we love you, Ebony. We love you, Ebony. Thank you so much for coming up. We'll talk to you soon.
I wanna highlight Cheesy Soul Cake said, heck, you got those 5-0 vibes. First of all, this is the thing. When I used to try to get Lucy's from the bodega, they never wanted to sell it to me because they always thought I was an undercover. I have no idea why I give undercover cop vibes. Like that's not me. Trust me, I'm far from that. Shout out to Jay Boogie in the building also. Shout out to the entire
I want to say
community.
I love how y'all had a conversation about tall people when my ass was gone. Yeah, so I appreciate that. All right, the shortest man in the building. It felt like the other night. We got our boy. I didn't want to. Thumbs up, D's. Let me know you're ready, my guy. Yeah. Let me go.
Our guy Deej is in the building. Deej, what it do, my guy? You signed the contract yet, bro? You're supposed to get it notarized and sent back over so we can put it on file just for tax purposes, bro. What's going on?
Hey man, morning to y'all, man. Blessed Monday. You want to give y'all a shout out first, man. Shout out to everyone that was in the building. Shout out to Jigga. Shout out to Phil, Hector. You know the vibes. Tony Soprano. He was walking around like Carlito's Way, white suit. You know what I'm saying? That was a great turnout. That was only for a regular season game. I told Tony this last night at the Nick and Night show. Shout out to me and Eddie. You know, we got some news coming up, so I'll announce it in a little bit. But I said that was the best. That was the best turnout for a regular season game that I ever been to. I went to opening night with somebody that I'm going to announce coming soon for the Boston game 2 years ago, and that was a vibe. But that was before the game. Doing that before the game, during the game, and after the game, that was cool, man. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Queen Ebony as well. Shout out to everybody that was in the building, man. Too many people to name.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my guy JJ that's in the building. If you guys remember JJ from the chat, Empire Sports Media. JJ, I'm gonna make you a mod on this account. Drop the link in the chat so people can follow you, JJ. You already know how we do. And again, appreciate everybody. I can't wait for later on tonight. Deej, that event on Saturday, and you brought it up, you know, and I know we're talking about the game, and we got Eddie here to talk about the game also, but minus your highlights, minus giving us praises, big takeaways from Saturday, right? With the whole community coming together. What was your biggest takeaway from that event?
I mean, Tony always says it, man. I think on Twitter we get, mistaken with debates and arguments. When you meet somebody in person and you're like, you could disagree, you could agree, whatever the case may be, but it's a mutual respect. And I think that's what's more significant. I think the fact that there was first no problems at Barney's, like everybody was chilling, everybody was buying each other drinks, people was bringing their significant other out, that's what being a Knicks fan is all about. And I said it to Brutus, Ralph, Recap, State. For me growing up, I didn't have Knicks fans that were like the same age as me. Like everybody was like older. I'm talking 20 years older, like adults while I'm a kid. I'm 10, 11, 12, so for us to be almost all of the same age group, even the people that are older, people that are younger. Shout out to JJ. Shout out Jay from the East.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Ben. Ben was in the building. He's tall as shit too. You know, so
OD.
like, yeah. So like that's dope. To me, that was dope. That's what it's all about. Because we're gonna be here, God willing, watching these Knicks for like the next 40, 50, 60 years, man. So we keep it rocking, man. And as far as the game, we didn't really care. Like, hey, listen, they kept it to 4 at halftime, so that was dope. Then you know, obviously the avalanche happened in the third quarter where the Celtics were shooting from Jupiter. I don't think any team could ever shoot over 70%. So I don't really got to take away from the game. Just shout out to y'all. Got to meet y'all for the first time. Already met Tony. Met a few people in there. Met Jigga for the first time. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, nah, Deej, appreciate you. I'll throw it over to Phil to get his take. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate you, Deej. We've been connecting for a while, and it just felt like it's one of those things where you feel like that you've known that person forever, you know. So once it actually connected, I was just like, this is exactly what I expected from a hangout with me and Deej. So I appreciated you coming out and all the love. I love what you guys are doing. Nick at Night space, you know, with having 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. I lock in for about the first 30 minutes before my, you know, old behind starts to fall asleep. And Eddie will text me and be like, you got to come up. And I'm like, yo, bro, my eyes are asleep. My wife is here laying next to me. There's no way I could come up. Like, I can't speak. But I love what you guys are doing. I know some of the news. You guys shared it last night. I'm excited for you guys. Big things coming for sure. And like, you know, me and Tony were saying, we want to do this with the people that, you know, we believe have the same intention for the community, you know, and you are definitely one of those, you know. So
that's a fact.
As we continue to build these events, you know, that Nick at Night show definitely needs to be part of it, especially if Tony's going to be getting drinks for everybody like that and no one's able to drive home anyway. We might as well do a Nick at Night, you know, space right there from the party. So, you know, I love you, bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to Woo and his inappropriate comments as always when you post a photo of somebody. You know what I'm talking about.
Shout out Woo, man. Shout out Woo.
You want to make the announcement, Dish?
Yeah, real quick. And
make the announcement. Go ahead.
I know
Love
Hector
you, Dish. I love you, Dish.
Love you, Jig. Love you, Jig. I know Hector was talking about the free agency signing. Like I said on the last YouTube episode, it's the best kept secret in the league. So, you know, if I join with a team, you know, my allegiance goes to the Morning Brew. But special announcement for the Nick at Night show. You know, shout out to my guy, my right hand man Eddie, left hand man Tony. You know, that's what we do at the Nick at Night show. These are my guys. But coming up in before March, you know, shout out to CP the franchise, the podfather of Knicks Fan TV, literally where I originated from. If you ever heard my voice for the first time, it was on his YouTube show. He's on vacation right now. Me and Eddie was doing just we were gonna run the show, but I forgot to promote it. So I tweeted out, "Hey, 10 likes, and in 10 minutes I'll host a space." CP the franchise gave a like, tagged him. I said, "Hey, bro, you pulling up to a space, a Twitter space?" And he said, "Let's do it." So you know, I've been talking with him all night. Hit him up a little bit this morning. So before March, CP the franchise and Knicks Fan TV is gonna be on the Nick at Night show. So round of applause to that.
Yes.
And then in April, I don't have a date. As soon as the playoffs are officially, we're going to have Alan Hahn from MSG Networks, Long Island Finest. He's going to pull up at the Nick at Night show. We're just trying to figure out as soon as the playoffs are established. He wants to do the playoff preview. I'm with that. So we got CP before March or maybe beginning of March. We got Alan Hahn coming through the playoffs. So shout out.
That's awesome.
Yep. I love that. Shout out to Nick at Night for doing big things. Deej, we appreciate you, my guy. You going to be doing one tonight?
Hey, Eddie's been on my case, man. So I'm gonna keep it real, guys. I love the Nick at Night show. I love y'all, but I be just chilling. Like I be vibing. And he's like, no, the people love it. People love it.
He doesn't like to do it all the time. He likes to take it easy.
But now that All-Star weekend is over, now that we got the playoff push, let's do that every other night. You know, every night after the game. You know, I'm with that, man. Let's talk about what we see. Let's talk about these guys coming back.
Good shit.
For everybody to stay healthy, especially iHeart. He was concerning. He was concerning. So that's all I got, man. I just came up here to show y'all love. I love y'all.
Appreciate you.
Y'all know that from the bottom
Appreciate
of my
you.
heart. Continue running your show, man.
Likewise, D's the feeling is mutual, my brother. I appreciate you, and especially what you do in the Knicks space. And besides just talking Knicks, you're just a good individual, and it was great chopping it up with you, IRL. Appreciate you, much love, my guy. Shout out to Slime Live in the building with the 1999 super chat. Thank you so much, helping us keep the lights on. Love and respect to all you guys. Had a great time Saturday. I didn't get to speak to everyone, but I'm already looking forward to the next event. Dope vibes, Slime Lives. Appreciate you for showing up. Appreciate you for chopping it up. And it was a lot of things going on. Appreciate Deej as well. We got 2 more people backstage. We got Kev and we got Steak. Go ahead, Tone.
Yep.
Shout out to Slime. Him and the missus was there. They actually, you know, I got to give them a dap and say what's up to them. So big salute to them both. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you. Make sure you're at the next one. And everybody who's doing these interviews, and I see all the content creators, my man Deej and Eddie, Han, CP. We got to come up with this date for the playoffs, so we make sure we do what Phil did with Monica. We drop it on them. We tell them, yo, we want you there. We give them a nice little offer that they can't refuse. You know?
That's it.
I love it. The Step Brothers talking good stuff here. All right, so before we go and we bring some people up, we're going to play the Knicks fans on the street interview. There's actually 2 young fans that were actually chilling in Blarney's with their pops before going to the game. But they had their food. They stayed for a little bit of the pregame show.
Yes.
Really nice kids. So I want to shout out to them. Shout out to the new age of fans that are coming about. So this is the fans on the street with these 2 young men.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Phil Porto, Phil all caps of the Knicks Morning Brew. And I'm here right now outside of Blarney Stone getting ready for our pregame show where the Knicks are going to play the Boston Celtics. And I'm here with 2 Knicks fans. Let's get some introductions.
I'm Jonathan.
All right.
I'm Brandon.
And Brandon. Jonathan and Brandon. All right, so first, let's talk about Knicks of all time. Who's your favorite Knick of all time?
I'm a big Melo guy.
Okay, Melo.
Yeah, I like Carmelo too.
All right, so one of the greatest scorers of all time. We got Melo fans here. So, Melo, genius player. You guys are young, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So, all right. Who's your current favorite Knick player?
Well, I mean, right here, Julius Randle. You know, he's had some controversy with the Knicks fans. Like, Knicks fans have liked him, they don't like him. Like, it's hand in hand. But I like him this year. I think he's been doing pretty well for us.
I got his jersey for a reason.
All right.
That's my guy.
All right. So yes, Julius Randle has had ups and downs, but we've seen without him here, it makes a huge difference. Like, it definitely changes how we play. But we've had players like Precious Achiuwa, Isaiah Hartenstein, Mr. Big Ragu himself, all step up. Do you think that we can beat the Boston Celtics tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have, even without Julius Randle, I think we have the capabilities. Like, our team's there. Like, we're 3rd or 4th in the East for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, we're there for a reason. We're here to compete. We're here to go for the damn championship.
That's awesome.
100%, no debate.
All right. So last thing I want to know, KP's coming back to the Garden again.
Yep.
A player that I loved, but also broke our heart in the same time. What's one thing you want to say to KP tonight?
Who are you? Who's Tingus Pingus? Who is it?
Right.
Like, come on. He's not with us no more. He's on the other team. We ain't room for him. Who cares?
I need 2 threes from him for my parlay. So.
All right, Porzingis, you can get 2 threes and then sit the hell down and stop playing. All right, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game. Stick around for the party. Go Knicks.
Yo,
that
I ain't gonna lie.
parlay thing
That
cracked
was
me up.
the parlay thing was fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. So we got a few people backstage. I'm gonna bring up Kev just to let you guys know we're gonna be rocking out for the next 15 minutes. So we're gonna bring you guys up. We got 3 people backstage, so we're gonna bring you up if you can. We're not trying to rush anybody, but just make it take as fast as possible, just so we can get everybody up. Sorry about the delay. It's just it was a lot going on this morning. So I'm bringing up my guy Kev. Kev, let me get a thumbs up, brother. Let me know you're ready to rock out. I ain't want to bring you up. Copy. It's my guy Kev. Salute to you, brother. First of all, it was great seeing you, meeting you in person, bro. It was great vibes. How are you feeling about Saturday, bro? How you feeling about the game?
Nah, I had a great time, man. Just meeting everybody, meeting all you, meeting Heck and Phil for the first time. I met Tony before, and I've known Tony for a little while now, and he's always been that guy. So it was just awesome, man. I had a great time, and I met some other new people. I got to see Monica Mcnutt. I didn't really take a picture with her or nothing like that because she was, doing her thing. So I let her vibe out. But other than that, I had a great time.
Nice. Yeah,
Right.
it definitely was a vibe. Eddie, I mean, matter of fact, Phil, sorry, Eddie. I want to get you in on a convo for the game, but you know, it's not a lot that people saw the game.
No, you're right.
Is that that much to say when we talking about the game? So we got one hot topic that I wanted to say for the end before we get out of here. So I'm gonna let everybody come. Phil, I throw it over to you to piggyback on what Kev just said, and then throw it over to Tone also before we bring up State, and then Jay from the East. I mean. You're muted, Phil. Never fails. Phil never fails. Phil.
There's not one episode where I don't forget to like do it at some point. So
you know,
I would
say let's do a drinking game. Every time Phil forgets to unmute himself, take a shot, but we'll be passed out 15 minutes into the fucking stream. Go ahead, Phil.
So you know what I loved about like connecting with Kev is, you know, when you meet people that you just hit it off with like that, like it doesn't take time. It doesn't take like awkward silence. Me and Kev just started talking and it was just like instant. I don't remember whose girl it was, but someone's girl was at the table and she was not a Knicks fan. And so we went on this whole thing about like, you know, crucifying him for having a woman that wasn't a Knicks fan. And then I noticed that she didn't have a ring on her finger. And so I was like, all right, you could still be a Knicks fan, but if you ever put a ring on her finger before she becomes a Knicks fan, like you're done. You're out of the fandom. And we were all just cracking on him, giving him a hard time. And it was just good vibes off the bat with Kev. I felt like he was just a friend from high school that reconnected. So I appreciate you, Kev. Appreciate, you know, I know Tony was telling me that like you were one of his original guys. You know, you were one of the guys that like encouraged him to keep going with this kind of stuff. So I appreciate you for that, you know, because that's one thing that, you know, we want to do is like everyone's different in their content creation journey. You know, some it comes naturally, some it takes some time. But if you have a voice and it's a voice that, you know, should be heard, we want to encourage everybody to keep on going with it. So I love that you did that with Tony because it paid off. It was fruitful. That's our family now. So thank you for your contribution. Where can people find you?
Just Knicks and Nish on every platform.
Yes, sir. And I'll give you credit. You were one of the first to put your logo on every single piece of merch in the content creation game. Because I remember everybody, you know, was popping up with the different Knicks and Ish hoodies and everything like that. Mill Media was rocking one. So shout out to her. And shout out to you guys. Appreciate you so much, Kev.
No problem, man. No problem. Take it easy, y'all.
Kev, peace, bro. Brother.
Peace, Tone. Peace, Tone.
Other event. State, I see you backstage. State, if you could just turn your camera on, give us a thumbs up, State, and we'll bring you up to rock out. And my guy, State, the fly guy, State of the New York Knicks podcast. State, what it do, my guy? Salute.
Yo, what up, man? What up, man? What up,
the Harlem
Santa
version of Santa Claus. State pulled up with the Sandy bag and was passing sweater and merch out.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. This was a huge event, man. I started doing the whole content creation thing back in 2017, 2017, helped me out with depression. And in 2018, 2019, when I was on Knicks Twitter, you know, I didn't know a lot of people, but I was still speaking my mind. It all culminated to the point of, you know, was it last night? Saturday night? And meeting all of you guys in person was beautiful, man. Yo, I swear to God, this guy Eddie, man. Eddie, you gotta come to the next event, bro.
I'm in. I'm in.
There's no way, bro. I apologize to everybody who I couldn't give merch to. I got everybody next time. I remember who I gave merch to. So next time when I come with the garbage bag, I'm gonna pull up with stuff for y'all. I see you, Phil, with the unseen on. I see you with the SOYK unseen on, man. I appreciate that, man. A couple of things, man. I want to give y'all props, man. Tony, first of all, Tony, man. I love this guy like an older uncle. He's one of the people who's helped matured me in this whole podcast thing. You know, me and Tony battled on Twitter Spaces a lot. But at the same time, when we done battling, you know, I always think about the conversations that we have. So I try to mature myself and mature my takes. I hope that other Knicks fans follow through. I'm glad I could be an inspiration for certain Knicks content creators. Shouts to my guy, Jay from the East. He's showing me mad love Saturday. And he was just telling me like, yo, bro, I do this and I like what you do. That's what I want to hear. That's what helps me keep going. And the people like Phil and Morning Brew, appreciate you guys, man. I came out of nowhere like gangbusters. Y'all doing the Yankees. Y'all doing a lot. Y'all motivated me. It was y'all and Julito and Tony who motivated me. I'm writing a Felipe Lopez article today. So I apologize. I haven't wrote it yet, but because I want to watch the 30 for 30 to make sure I get all my information right. But you guys motivated me. Y'all motivated me to be better, put out better content, put out better products with clothing, and also try to show female Knicks Twitter that us men, we love y'all. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. And that's another reason why I'm calming down, because I want them to feel comfortable too with us, man. So once again, man, Phil, I love you, man. This Saturday was great for the Knicks culture. Like, y'all don't understand black, white, Italian, British. I don't blue, purple, red, green. It doesn't even matter.
Not green. It's because green is Boston. Not green. Green is Boston.
Not green. We'll do another color. But it was nice, man. It was nice, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I love all you guys, man. It was nice.
I'd state, the feelings mutual. State, we go back to the mud with this, bro. We in the pandemic, being on Freezy panel 1, 2, 3 in the morning. We talking Knicks, and then people get mad because we start talking Marvel and comic books, and people in the chat bombing us because me and State, whenever it's 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when people left, because me and State will always take over. But it was great meeting you in person, bro. Like I said, some years back to the pandemic. Shout out to all the different other content creators also, because we all got inspired by them. Freezy with the open panels. That's why we have open panel over here on Morning Brew Sports. Ron, man, when he was rocking out there. Shout out to Uncle Ron Cleveland as well. Jay Boogie, always being that voice in the Knicks community, that if you're feeling some type of way, if you upset, if you mad or you frustrated, you listen to Jay Boogie, and after 10 seconds, you motivated to go do some shit that you may regret. So there's a lot of people out there, and this Saturday it was a correlation of all that coming together, and Tony being able to bring everybody together. It was just a blessing. Phil, I throw it over to you because we got Jay from the East before we get out of here, because I know we got a hard stop at 12:30. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, so State, appreciate you, bro. Love you. Appreciate what you're doing. My brother Jigga wanted to make sure that you knew that he truly enjoyed the conversation that you two got to have. That with everything you've been through over these last few months, that Morning Brew is there for you no matter what you need, bro. Like, you are family. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love this little company man, vibe that I see going on over the last few days.
Do we know? Because I ain't gonna front, State. When you put that out, I hit up Jigga immediately, and we was like, we got to get a betting company to figure out what's the bet, what's the line, what's the over and under for how many days it's gonna take before State start going off on the team. So what's the over and under for you, State? Is it 10 days, 15 days? Where's the betting line? Where should people put their money?
Out of respect for Uncle Tony and Miss Monica Mcnutt, the rest of this season, company man State. I don't want to hear the negativity. I'm good with the whole Alec Burks. That's my guy. We riding. Jay was good, man. We riding. That's all. Good vibes.
Oh, man.
Good vibes.
So I'm letting everybody know that's watching right now. All right.
Yeah.
This is what community is. If you see State start to drift a little bit on that line, you all have permission to be like, wheel it back, Papa, wheel it back.
Last night on the Nick at Night show, State did say we're going to lose tonight. Just throwing that out there. He did say that last night on the Nick at Night show.
Yo, the accountability is there already.
Company man, I heard him.
The receipts will never die out. State, love you. We got Jay from the East backstage. We're going to bring up right now.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I just want to shout out somebody that's in the chat. Hold on 1 second. Warren Franklin is in the building. Charlie Ward's cousin. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. Warren, we going to have Charlie Ward this Friday on the show. Make sure you're in the building, and make sure you're in the comment section so I can bring up your comment for your cousin. But shout out to my guy CWC. That's another one. We go back to Freezy's panel. Same thing like I was saying with State when it comes to going back to the pandemic. Shout out to Ari in the building also.
Yeah, so shout out to Ari. Knicks lose the Pistons tonight. State gonna want to tank and stop the cap. All right, so I want to bring up, before we bring up Jay, I want to shout out someone else that I feel is done just as much as what we're trying to do. And I want to shout out our guy, Knicks Homer. Like,
yes.
straight up was giving away merch, and he wasn't even at the event. So Homer's in here, and he's saying, you know, like, this show is doing so much for the community. You're doing so much for the community, my guy. We appreciate you. All the freaking graphics that you did for everybody. Started linking people together, started bringing this community together. I'll let Tony say something real quick.
Just big up, salute to my guy. He was doing 2 giveaways after the event. It went so well. Me and him talked it out a little bit, and we did 4. So I jumped on for another 2, and I mean, I couldn't not do it anyway. The deal he gave. So shout out to him for that. He gave he mentioned the 4 winners: Naima, Ben, Neef, and Ebony. So shout out to them. You're gonna get some nice pieces. He posted what he's sending out. It's beautiful. I got some merch from this man. It's top notch. So when you get it, you'll be happy with it. Appreciation to Homer.
Thank you, Homer. Shout out to our guy Brandon, also in the chat, coming in with the jersey with no undershirt, making us all feel guilty for eating wings and burgers and fries while he looks like a chiseled Arnold.
You know, the Schwarzenegger thing, he was looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? When it comes to that, we are at 3,703 subscribers right now. So we passed 3,700 on the subscribers. We do appreciate all of you guys. Love is love. Knicks Homer, check your DMs because we got a message for you from somebody else in the Knicks community that wants to link with you and do some work. Celso's going to message you after he stops being a douchebag back there. But Jay from the East is in the building. Jay, salute to you, my guy. How you doing, big fella? It was great seeing you on Saturday. What's the vibe? How you feeling? And you rocking the State of the New York Knicks podcast hat. Appreciate that. Much love, much love. Jay, go ahead. You got to unmute yourself, bro. Go ahead. Just unmute yourself.
Oh. I don't think he realized it.
Jay, you just got to refresh and then join back. Jay, sorry about that. Jay.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good with all of it, so he probably already knows he had to refresh.
If you don't know Jay, he was actually nominated by many as Rookie of the Year, the upcomer of Knicks Twitter. And so me and Jay connected when he first started, and he was like, yo, I really, really want to do this. And it was, a no-brainer for him to keep pursuing it because the kid's got talent. So shout out to our guy Jay.
There he is. There you go, Jay. Yeah.
Shout out to Brew Crew, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all for having me on. Yo, it's my first time meeting my guy Phil, meeting my guy Celso. Yo, man. Yo, Tony, man. Shout out to you for throwing this event, bro. Like, yo, I got the brush show. Yo, I was standing next to Monica Mcnutt, and I didn't even know. Yo, I turned to my right, and she turned around. Like, it was lit, bro. I'm hype right now. I definitely had to come through and talk about my experience, man, because I got to meet so many Knick content creators, so many Knick fans, man. Yo, man, this is what you love to see, the community coming together. No bad vibes, all love. Everybody was having a good time. I ain't see a downer. I ain't see a sad face. Yo, much love to y'all, man. This was needed for the community, man. I wish we could have won the game because I know we would have went crazy. We would have tore 8th Avenue up. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Our Knicks going to be okay, man. We just got to get healthy, man. Yo, I really don't have a basketball take, man. I just really wanted to come up and give you guys your flowers, man. Tony, Phil, Morning Crew, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Yo, shout out to my guy State, man. We locked in. Shout out to my guy Trippy. He was lit, man. Yo, shout out to Brandon. Yo, Brandon is fucking jacked. Yo, I was standing next to Brandon.
Crazy.
That's my bodyguard.
You know what's crazy? Jay, you know what's crazy, right? I've been feeling really good because I've done well since the start of the new year. I'm down like 35 pounds. So I've been feeling good. I saw Brandon, right, with his sleeves showing, his arms showing. Like, first of all, you make his people out of shape feel some type of way. It's 30 degrees outside, my guy. I know you're freezing your ass off. Put a t-shirt on. But shout out to Brandon though.
I call Brandon Colossus. Brandon's nickname is Colossus.
For real, that fool's got muscle on top of muscle. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just crazy. So shout out to our guy.
I just know one thing, right? I just know one thing. If I'm ever in a pinch and if I have to choose 3 people from the Knicks community to be with me to get me out that pinch, it's Brandon, it's Tony, and it's Brutus. Those are the 3 that I'm going with to get me out of that pinch if I need it. Go ahead, Jay. My fault.
That's OG Brutus, man. He was out there acting a fool, man. I see you out there. Brutus. I saw you. You was outside, man. It was just lit, man. This was feel good, man. I brought my brother with me. You know, he had a blast. He like, yo, who's that? Who's that? Because he see me talking. So he trying to get in the loop. He trying to figure things out, man. Yo, man, this was just a blessing, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all for real, man. Yo, Tony, shout out to you for that commercial, man. Yo, Morning Brew crew, man. I just got nothing but love for y'all, man. I had to come up and speak, man. It's almost 1:00 p.m., man, so I'm about to get ready for work, man. I just had to come through and show my love and let everybody know in the building. I had a great time, man. And hopefully
appreciate you, bro.
You pop out, man. Shout out to y'all, man. That was lit.
Do it again. We do it again soon, bro.
Yep.
We're going to do it again soon. Jay, just know,
have a good one, Jay.
Policy, you know, whenever you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up on an open panel. When it comes to the stuff that you got, that you do working, when it comes to your content, feel free. Be in the chat. Post the link in the chat. That way people in our chat can follow and subscribe to what you got going on over there. That's the one thing we like to promote. Everybody we fuck with, everybody we do stuff with, we want to promote and uplift for everybody, bro. Just know that it's an open door. You don't gotta worry about you dropping something and the moderator's timing you out. You don't gotta worry about that, all right, bro?
Got you, big dog. But yeah, y'all can catch me Wednesday morning, anytime Knicks show, 10 a.m., man. We always rocking out. It's always a vibe, you feel me? So come through, man. Yo, shout out to my guy, JJ Sags. You know, we the orange and blue crew. We run every Sunday around the afternoon time, man. Yo, I got some big things in store, man. Shout out to my guy, Eb Sells. Shout out to my guy, Lito. Yo, shout out to the community, man. I got some things in store that I'm working on, man. It's in the baby stages. But yo, man, moving, I'm working, y'all. Yo, y'all motivate me, man. Shout out to State, shout out to Recap, shout out to my guy Tony, the Brew crew, man. Shout out to all Nick content creators, man. We all can learn and grow with each other, man, and that's what I'm on, man. Family.
Yes,
appreciate you, Jay.
Appreciate you, youngin.
You, my guy.
You soon, bro.
Shout out my guy Deej too, yo, Deej. I saw you, bro. You popped out nice. You feel me? You popped out. I saw you. You popped out correct. Oh, one more thing, y'all, before I go.
Go ahead, bro.
Who y'all was talking about? Y'all talk about the young lady that had on the Celtics hat. Let me tell y'all a little story. I'm sitting at the bar eating calamari and all of that, feeling fancy. I look to my left and it's a nice lady. She come over with the Celtics hat, so she's like, oh, you know I'm tough, right? So I'm like, huh? She like, yeah, you don't see the hat. So I looked at the hat. I'm like, oh, you a Boston fan? Yo, she was popping and she was talking her shit. So shout out to the lady.
She was.
Yeah, she was. She came to us and was spitting some hot stuff. So yeah, she was. And you know, they won, you know, but what I said is keep that same energy next time we meet back up. Shout out to my guy Ebru in the video.
I keep receipts on myself. She was at the bar and I told her when they lose that she needs to throw that in the trash. She came up to me after the game and was like, hand over your Knicks merch, please. And I was like, yo, she was feisty. So shout out to her. But appreciate you, Jay. We're getting ready to get out of here. So thank you so much, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
Soon. For everybody that's watching, we will be on the streets again before today's game tonight. We will be in the streets getting more fan on the street videos about predictions for tonight's game. We will also be at the game. So if you're at the game, please slide in our DMs. We would love to chill with you guys at halftime, connect with you guys. And I'm posting a link right now. Hector and myself were on Got Game with Dexter Henry. We recorded it last night at SC, and it just dropped about 15 minutes ago. So if you guys could head on over, watch the episode. It was a total honor being in the studio with Dexter. That guy is seriously like family. So thank you guys so much. Tone, you know your family, bro. We appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you, Tone.
I appreciate you guys, bro, for everything, for today, for Saturday, for everything, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More to come, a lot more to come.
Definitely a lot more to come. And on your way out of here, before Celso does his last thing for the people, if you guys can, smack the like button, hit the subscribe button. We passed 3,700 subscribers on our way to 4K. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Celso, take us out the door because I'm tired of looking at Eddie. I love him, but Eddie's face.
We've said it all episode, but a big shout out to everybody that actually came out and supported. We can bring all the best people together, but if people don't come out and make it a party, it's not worth it for us to do any of this. Tone, I don't think people are prepared for what we have planned coming up, man. I'm excited for this new partnership. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Looking forward to hanging out with the people at the game tonight. Phil already told you where you're at. Come hang out. Get your interview. Are we going to stop somewhere and have a drink or two, too? Maybe.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that.
Oh, and on your game.
On your way out of here, make sure you guys go to JJ channel, Empire Sports Media. Support our guy JJ because he's been supporting us since day one. A1 since day one. Celso, hit the outro. I got my water. I'm ready to get out of here.
Deuces!